Hi everyone, Sean Malvin with Secure Cyber, and this is your weekly cyber update. Well, our first story today involves a former Disney employee who was fired for misconduct. And then after he was fired for misconduct, he decided to hack into the Disney network and alter the food and beverage menu items to omit key allergy information, which of course could have been deadly to or could have harmed Disney park visitors. Now, fortunately, there was no record of any Disney visitors being harmed. However, this does bring up some consideration for former employees and how you dismiss them. It's very important to, if you're going to dismiss an employee, to go through the process of making sure that all of their access has been terminated around the time or right before the time that you call them in to dismiss them. This also brings up the conversation, and I'm interested in hearing your comments or seeing your comments. What happens when you have an employee that has put in their 2-week notice? So I know a lot of you will say that there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If they're leaving on really good terms and they have their 2-week notice, the remainder of that time they have access. There could be an opportunity where they're doing some training and they're trying to train their replacement, but I don't know. It's a gray area. It really introduces an opportunity to be more proactive. What's coming out of this article today involving that former Disney employee is to just really check those dismissed employees. Make sure that you've got some governance in place where you're looking to make sure that you didn't miss somebody. Maybe you work in an organization where human resources doesn't tell you about hires or fires. You find out accidentally. So just make sure you're looking at those processes and make sure that you have something in place. Well, it's patch week, and on Tuesday, a number of companies issued vulnerability and patch information. We're going to go over some of those today. Microsoft, one of the biggest ones, started off January with 161 vulnerabilities that have been patched. So if you maintain a Microsoft environment, which is probably the majority of you, good luck with that. 3 of the vulnerabilities are 0 days, and there are active compromises on 3 CVEs involving Hyper-V and Windows 11 that we'll put down in the show notes. This time I used Brian Krebs on Security. Shout out to him and his page and dissertation about Patch Week, which is really good. So that'll be in the show notes as well. Just continuing on the vulnerability track, and a number of software and hardware manufacturers issued vulnerability updates, Fortinet being one of them. As some of you well know, Secure Cyber is a big Fortinet partner. So we actually got notification of this a little bit ahead of time and was able to get in front of our customer base. This particular vulnerability involves a Node.js JavaScript WebSocket module. We're linking the vulnerability down in the notes. There are a number of indicators of compromise as well. So not only do you need to patch, but there's also a process that you need to go through to verify that your device hasn't already been compromised. And to round out Patch Week, we're not going to go through each individual vulnerability, but of course Microsoft, we just talked about, Adobe, Ivanti, and Fortinet have all issued vulnerabilities and patches. So please just go take a look at each of those individual links below. And it's kind of a short news week this week. There hasn't been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on geopolitically involving a lot of things internationally. So I don't know if that's kind of squelched everything a little bit, but kind of breezing into the weekend with a short news cycle. I'm Sean Walbin with Secure Cyber, and hey, let's be careful out there.